We do everything that a normal cleaning company won't do, basically. There's some jobs that you just go, oh my God, you know, how'd that happen? We've gotten one where a lady's head was cut off and put on the fireplace mantle as a throne, and I mean, that does make you think. Homicides are actually very rare in percentage to suicides and natural deaths of people that live alone. You know, those are fairly common, so that's definitely our majority. Back in 1995, I was working as a paramedic, and, you know, we'd go on a lot of bloody calls, and one in particular that I just remember was a suicide in a bathroom, and the guy was a hemophiliac, so his blood didn't clot anyway. This poor lady was so distraught, screaming and crying, and I'm looking at this bathroom going, you know, who's going to clean that? So I came home and told my wife, and she thought I was crazy, but, you know, I just realized there really was a need for that. The hardest thing that we have to do is you're conducting business with someone at the worst time in their life.
It's the worst part of human nature you see a lot of times. I've been doing this, you know, from the get-go, so it gets easier over time.
When I get off work, I turn it off. I turn the switch off inside me so I don't take work home. For some reason, I'm able to do that. Not many people are.
Usually you go home and it's over with, you know, sometimes you think about it a little bit, but we had one that was really, really bad. You know, it was this guy that got chased through his whole house. You could see where the fight started. They, like, tied him to a chair. There were just bad vibes in the house.
Certain things you definitely do take with you, but I don't go home and cry in a corner or anything. You know, I am used to stuff, and that's one of the things we get worried about with our new employees is how are they going to handle it, you know.
I'm in training right now. I'm the rookie. How I found this job is I answered an ad on Craigslist. For all the oddball jobs I've ever found, this is one of the most. Hopefully, you know, I can handle it, you know, psychologically. Because physically, I've done demolition, and I've done cleanup, and I've done other things, but never for actual body parts.
You know, there's different types of jobs, and maybe they can handle blood, but they can't handle vomit. You really have to wait and see. It can be a big, tough, burly guy, and, you know, we had one of the firemen that I work with run out of the house throwing up. And then you get this, you know, 100-pound female who comes in, and she's scared to death, and she goes out there, and she's fine.
As long as I don't have to see the actual body. They say that they'll be gone by the time we arrive, most of the time.
Okay, this is our roadway division truck. This goes to anything exterior, you know, where there's large amounts of blood on the sidewalk, the roadway. A couple months ago, a stolen tow truck crashed into a bench out there in LA somewhere and hit 11 people, so that was a very big scene. So it was great to have this truck. So if we would have had to do that by hand, we would have been out there for 2 days.
You don't think about that when you drive down the freeway, how many people pass away on this freeway in car accidents. You drive down the same freeways every day, and it's kind of like you could think about it. Now, hey, I was out here last Tuesday on a 2 in the morning TC.
Motels will never be the same. I can always walk into a motel and wonder if there's been a job done recently.
We clean and disinfect it, and they replace whatever's broken or we cut out or something, and then it just gets rented that night. Houses, you know, you have to disclose for 3 years if someone dies in them. A car, you don't have to. This is basically just a suicide in a Yukon that we had recently. Cleaned up real easy. We just remove all the seats, remove all the carpeting. If they're completely clean, then they don't have to disclose anything. There's a lot of suicides in vehicles, so there's people driving around a lot in these and they don't even know it.
What I'm going to do right now is a local job for decomposition. Probably about 60% of our jobs turn out to be decompositions where perhaps the body's been there for 1 day, 2 days. I've had them up to 30 days to 4 weeks.
Bodies that aren't found for anything like 2 days on, they start to decompose, and you can imagine how bad that would smell. The big machine right there is an ozone generator. Same thing like fire restoration companies use to get rid of smoke odor. We use it to get rid of dead body odor. This body was there for 2 weeks, and this was the middle of summer. It was really, really hot. I mean, this is what's underneath your carpet. That's like a 200-pound steak rotting on your floor for 2 weeks, you know, and then all the fluid, and you're just going to leave it there. You see death so much in this business that you really realize how dispensable you are, you know. I mean, no one's going to miss you when you're gone other than your immediate family, and nothing's going to change. People are dying violently every day, and I think about that more than anything else. An elderly lady just walking to the dinner table with her plate. She fell, the plate hit the table, cut in half, and cut her jugular. You can see the two halves of the plate. I mean, that's just you and me, everyday stuff. You know, a lot of people have near-death experiences and they say they change. Well, every day it's like that, you know, for us. We see death every day, so it's not, I don't go home and go, oh, today I'm going to change, you know, and then tomorrow I'll say, oh, today I'm going to, I don't. I mean, I live my life the way I want to live my life all the time, you know, and that's all you can do. You never know when your time's coming.